Welcome to the evolution of esports, where you don't just play the game, you code it. The CodeCombat AI League is the first of its kind. Part AI battle simulator, part game engine for learning real Python and JavaScript. Competitive coding has never been so epic. Join now.
Hey everyone, we are back and ready to reveal the winners of the biggest season ever of CodeCombat AI League. We have a few special guests to help us break down the best players, matches, and moves of this massively entertaining season. So we've got Nick Winter, he's the CodeCombat CEO. We've got Valentin Bruhanoff, AI League Arena Architect, and Charlotte Chang, lead curriculum developer for CodeCombat, in the house to provide insight and commentary. We may also be hearing from some of the winners themselves on how they made the biggest moves to outmuscle the competition. So Season 3 brought us the Age of Titans. We had the Giants Gate regular season arena and the Colossus Clash finals. So let's get this started by hearing from our panel on how this massive season went.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy participation on Giants Gate, the most ever on that regular season arena, over 40,000 players. We also got 6,000 on the Colossus Clash Finals arena, so we'll be breaking down how that went out in just a bit. And we're up to over 1.8 million players on Code Points.
Yeah, it just absolutely incredible. The growth of the last 3 seasons has been tremendous. And really excited to see what happens going into next year and Season 4. Valentin, when you were designing these arenas for this particular season, what challenges did you intend to put in front of those players?
So as for any season arena, the same challenges mostly following us. So I've been making different programming for last 8 years. However, I must admit it's really hard to make a good arena like coding challenge, because for AI League we want to make it available as for player who just starting coding, like with simple code. We don't need too much and complicated concept, and in the same time we want experienced developers wouldn't be bored here. So to make such challenge for players, it's a challenge for us. So like people like from step 1 to step 100 experience can play it. As for Season 3 arena challenge, especially that, so to make something new, make something interesting, especially people, more and more players. So we need bring the expectation and build more epic, more interesting battle. Like, so we don't, it's not enough for them just like 10 units. No, we want epic battles, real battle with magic. That was really hard. And as from surprising side, we will see it during the matches. But yes, each arena, like I'm surprised and wondering like what we find, how we can solve it. Like I don't expect each time. I don't expect such solutions. So like I put designing something in mind, usual schemes, and we find way around.
Very excited to see how these matches play out, and really interesting to be able to take on that task of building an arena that anybody with kind of beginner programming skills can kind of get in and play and enjoy, but really challenging those pro coders out there as well, and really making this a competition that anybody can participate in. I love that. That's fantastic. Charlotte, when people think about esports, they're typically not thinking about educational content. That those things don't necessarily come together too often. But tell us a little bit about why CodeCombat AI League is a little different.
Well, our league is truly a competitive coding event. And what we mean by that is that you can start off extremely simple, like you said, any beginner, with just some simple lines of code. But as you're leveling up in the arenas, you're also leveling up the complexity of your code. So the games that we're going to feature, you're going to see how they've used really complex coding concepts like loops and conditionals and functions to truly create a competitive game for this arena. So you can see how kids can get really motivated to improve their coding skills to become leaders in our AI League. So that's what I think makes it very unique. It emphasizes the why. Why should I get into coding? Well, you can win our arenas.
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect way for them to kind of showcase their abilities. Really excited to see how this season comes together. And without further ado, I think it's time that we start breaking down some of these matches. I think the first thing we're going to be looking at is the Giants Gate Arena, which is our regular season arena. Nick, tell us what we're looking at here.
Well, in this one, we wanted to make it easy to get started and with a deep degree of difficulty, spin on tower defense. So in the left on the red or in the right on the blue, it's a mirror match. And you are choosing which spells to cast and which units to summon. You're not controlling them directly, but you are, say, maybe finding some targeting positions for your fireballs, looking at what your opponents are doing, hitting their target units with, say, a lightning bolt, as we saw, to limit the powerfulness of the big ones, and just reacting to what the opponent is doing, trying to score those hits on those crystals. So here I've got the top match pulled up between Glites the Gaming God in the red and Veneth in the blue. And we can see some of the code that they've written to take these towers down. It's 555 lines of Python, for example, on this blue strategy. And it looks like a super close match that's into sudden death. Valentine, tell us about the sudden death kind of mechanics that we've got going on here.
To avoid something like infinite battle, so on some point of time, all giants which function as towers and your base start burning, so and losing health point slowly. So on some point your territory extending really far from your base, and you can start summoning unit really close to the enemy base. So one of the obvious tactics from this point may be start guarding and then make a summer rush. But on the other hand, maybe you can make first rush and then just like finish your opponent.
Yeah, it looks like that one happened, and that was able to break the tie here where those towers went down. Each player's hitting hits on the other player to do a little bit more damage. I'm surprised they stay alive this long. It looks like after sudden death, they start just casting healing spells near the base to get a little bit more health on those crystals.
I think we're healing their units. Spells does not affect bases.
You
so
say that it doesn't
exactly...
affect the base, but I think it does. Look, the health is going up.
Okay.
See,
it's
players will find any crack in the game designer and watch it.
They crack.
Well, I am sure assault spells does not affect. So okay, it's okay. So it's even make cooler because anyway healing spells maybe won't help you, and plus you can healing not only your base but your units, because as you can see we start using fireballs, summoning units to kill attackers really quickly near their base to prevent it. So healing works there are two ways to heal your base and your units which are protecting your base.
Yeah, I really like that idea of how complex this game design is. Mad props to you, Valentine. But, you know, I feel like a basic programmer probably would have just focused on attacking all day long, but not the healing strategy behind it as well, right? These winners, they clearly balanced between the two in order to really like sustain their gameplay.
All right, so that, I mean, incredible regular season arena. Valentin, when we're talking about what these players are doing from the regular season to the finals arena, you know, what sort of tactics should we be looking at as we move from regular season to finals now, and we start looking at the Colossus Clash?
So Colossus Clash, it's like extension. Imagine like extension for a board game. So technically, it should make your game more complicated and theoretically just add new mechanic. But on practice, it's totally changed the game. So Colossus Clash, some ways, advanced version of Giant Gate, where you can directly control your special units, Colossuses. So it's like giants, previous Giant Gates, but now we can move, have special ability, and you need to control them. So not just like summon them and wait. So well, you can, but it's not so effective. And plus you get new mana pool, so now you can wait and summon many units at a time, not infinite units of course, because you have some threshold. So anyway, it gives you much more opportunity for your strategy. Yes.
So I've pulled up here a match between the winners of the 0 to 11 age bracket for the Colossus Clash Arena. And let's break it down. What we're looking at here in the red and the blue side, we've got the Dreadful Slayer as the username with the full name to be revealed versus the Coding Machine. Now, Brian, tell us how the age brackets are structured in this arena.
Yeah, sure. We have 4 different age groups. We've got 0 to 11, 11 to 14, 14 to 18, and then our open bracket. And our open bracket really is that's exactly what it is. Anybody can participate. Yeah, we've seen over the past few seasons, our winners come from all different ages, and in the overall leaderboard, we've got a great mix. So even your pro coders are getting outwitted and out-strategized by some of the younger guys and younger women on the leaderboard, which is really exciting to see.
And it seems like we've got kind of mirror strategies here between these top two players. They're both using the Hyperion Colossus. Coding Machine actually has only 29 lines of code to come in here, so he's optimized these lines pretty closely for his strategy, but he didn't need to use very many advanced coding concepts or, you know, go to 500 lines to do pretty well in that age bracket. On the red side, Dreadful Slayer here has iterated more. He's got over 100 lines of code using those special abilities of the Colossus and choosing when he's going to summon which units at where. He's got Munchkins, Ogres, Brawlers. He's casting the heals. Is it going to be enough to take down the Coding Machine in blue?
There are many empty lines, so technically it's, I think, something like 50 lines of code, and if I see correctly, we are mostly focusing, like, as for Dreadful Slayer, focusing on summoning units. So I think for Colossus, we are using default tactics, so just like use special as you can. If you scroll down on the guard function, yeah, it's mostly focusing like find the nearest enemy and destroy it. Like, however, code for choosing what units, yeah, it's more complicated. Interesting one, especially for 0 to 11 group. It's really great.
So here,
yeah, again, I notice here they don't very focus on healing in their code. Again, it's more about the attack. Oh, there's a little bit of a heal right there.
So we haven't seen it because
stand corrected.
Yeah, the Dreadful Slayer here is only healing when the unit is within this red X line of X equals 30 over here. So he should be doing it now as he's trying to keep his base alive with the pressure being put on from the Coding Machine.
Yeah, with Brawler, so he exactly line 20, you can see, so he plays someone Brawler.
I don't think it was
and
enough.
Then start healing.
He'd have to score a hit big time. I think it's going to go down.
Yeah, in the end of the match, hordes of weak units can do more, especially if you split them to prevent attack from fireballs and something like area damage abilities from Colossuses. So yeah, it's from Coding Machine, it's simple enough code, but as you can see, he way someone throws, like, I think, up and down. It's spreading, so don't allow them to be on the same point. So like you can see, like 69, 11. So like up, down, down. Not allow them assemble in crowds.
Sometimes a little bit of logic is all you need.
I know. I'm really impressed with how efficient that code is, and yet you managed to get a win right there.
So absolutely incredible match. We got to see the leaderboard here. What does the 0 to 11 bracket look like? Who's at the top there?
Let's take a look. It looks like Dreadful Slayer, even though the Coding Machine took that match, but Dreadful Slayer only had 6 losses overall, which for a 0 to 11-year-old versus this huge field of older players is quite incredible. Congratulations to Dreadful Slayer.
And that's a really important point, Nick. I think these records are against the larger, basically the entire pool of players, right? So they're competing against all those pro coders in the open brackets as well.
That's right. So 6 across the entire field, 99.27% win rate, and a strong performance from the coding machine at 99% wins, and MoX as well. Congratulations to our top 3 in the A's 0 to 11 bracket. Shall we pull up the match for the 11 to 14? It looks like we got Red Dragon in red, which is appropriate, and Dragon Rider 825 in blue. It's like a dragon on dragon matchup here.
Very pro dragon theme. Wow, look at that. It looks like they're not really using their Colossus as a team here. Just battling top and bottom here.
Don't use. And I don't see users to spells, so we're just like trying to attack with brute force. Like you put a lot of cannon fodder.
We just had a lightning bolt here on this brawler.
Oh, there's a spell, there's a spell.
Yeah.
They just related.
I think because, yeah, Dragon Rider reacts on appearance of Brawler, one of the most powerful, expensive, but most powerful and tough unit, and Lightning can be useful against them.
Yeah, let's take a look at the code here.
Usage of Lightning.
Well, so far, Red Dragon 9 is just crushing. And let's see what the code is doing before we see if there's any way that Dragon Rider 825 can pull this out. So I'm seeing we've got throwers and we've got brawl. Okay, so if Dragon Rider 825 unlocks a new spawn location with the Ken Summon At method, then that's going to change to a more aggressive attack. Remember, these are mirror match coordinates. So although we're seeing X70 on this side, when they're testing their code, X70 is on the other side because they're playing as red. We're switching it dynamically. So that is kind of the offensive defensive position swap pairs we're seeing as the bulk of this strategy.
Yeah, so mostly at the beginning of the match we're trying to protect and using throwers, like spreading again like 2017, 2010, like again, up, down, up, down. So we're switching throwers and trying to prevent. But still, I think it can be counteracted with some fireballs, like so.
And
I keep like using some smart targeting.
I keep coming back to this, but again, let's see when they're planning to heal. It seems not very much here again.
If the enemies are closer than, you know, X25, which if we look over here, it's kind of about here. So we're certainly in that realm where we would be trying to heal. We cast that brawler and then we heal that brawler. However, Red Dragon 9 is coming in saying, I see your brawler and I raise you a lightning bolt. So let's see if we can find where we're targeting that that lightning attack.
So there might not be even enough time to heal before that lightning bolt does some serious damage.
Yeah, let's just witness the short life of our defensive brawler champion here. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
yeah, he almost took down that champion. If he had just gotten one more hit off. And look how much more damage the champion's doing. Oh, it was close.
Oh, geez.
So blocking that brawler with the lightning bolt turned out to be key in this matchup, and I think here's where we see how we do it. So nearest big unit is alive, and then we've got enough mana, and we're gonna hit it with the lightning bolt.
And you gotta be really strategic with lightning,
Colossus
right?
Cold.
Yeah, the lightning isn't going to do too much unless it's hitting a big unit because it's not an AoE attack, right? So you waste it on Munchkin, you're just wasting mana. The Munchkin costs less mana than that. Yeah, let's take a look. Where's that Colossus code? So here is...
there is a point, like, no, if you, I think it's line 81, Colossus start, and you can see we're using two tactics like raid and guard. So like, it's for Talus. So sometimes if it's for Talus, we're using like two ways. So
I think we're just being like, fully aggressive here.
Colossus. Yeah. So maybe we're choosing Colossus based on the enemy Colossus. So like Red Dragon see Hyperion, so we need to read the code to be sure for that. But I suppose because there are some codes for Talus, it's like Guardian Colossus, mostly like slow but tough. No, we're always using Hyperion, so I suppose it's just like maybe some artifacts.
Yeah, during the testing process, Talus was tried, and it turned out just the rush with Hyperion did it for both the 0 to 11 and the 11 to 14 age bracket. So let's take a look at the winners there, and it looks like Red Dragon did come through both in the overall and in that particular match. Congrats to Red Dragon 9 on the win in the 11 to 14 age bracket. To Dragon Rider 825, looks like we're playing for Team HyperX here.
Yes, yes, representing HyperX.
Yeah, I've got the HyperX Cloud Revolver headset on right now, and it's a
I got mine as well.
fine piece of hardware. Proud
Mine on my Xbox.
AI League sponsor. And then in JWH, a familiar face there on the Dragonborn clan in there. Really impressive performance on these win rates, especially against those older players. And congrats. We noticed that 7 losses is actually a little bit more than that top player in the 0 to 11. So we have some crossover in coding. It's not necessarily just about how old you are, how much experience you have. It can also be about kind of just your strategy. There's no gatekeepers to prevent you from success. Just all about what you can do. So let's take a look at not the 14 to 18 age bracket where we've had the top strongest players actually in the past, but let's look at the open age bracket. So we've got Stepan Yashin in red and SM Low on blue. Let's take a look at what is going on. We see some non-Hyperion champion coming out right out of the gate here.
Yeah, Kronos is a slayer of Colossus, so it's a Colossus which can be useful exactly to defeat other Colossus, because his attacks not area damage, but like single target, but really powerful. So like maybe you've seen this like big orb flying. So it's slow attack, but can kill even a brawler in one hit if you targeting it correctly.
It is interesting though, when they respawn Colossus, they went back to the Hyperion.
Yeah, it's Hyperion on the top and then Kronos on the bottom. We saw that quick trade on the, so if you notice back here, we get some very aggressive rush and did 500 damage to blue, but died, and then I think SMLO is being a little bit more defensive here and has brought the fight back to the red side. It's kind of a back and forth
but
dynamic.
it's really nice that the blue side uses that opportunity, so and counteracting exactly. So like they are guarding and then run forward. So not enough time to make some damage. What I'm wondering, like, so this age group using brawlers and many spells, like so fireballs flying like lightning. So we see.
Yeah, I mean we saw this group of munchkins here come out too, and see that fireball just took them all out. Boom.
Yeah, it just seems so much more sophisticated. They're planning out different waves of attack and defense.
Yeah, brawlers can be powerful, but it's harder to use them because you spend more mana of them, so they're more expensive. You spend your time. It's if you can use, so it's brawlers. It's something like hard to master. Like if you can't use them smart way, better not to use.
But I noticed, did you see that? Stepan actually has taken time to heal those brawlers as they're progressing across the plane, and it's getting them all the way to the end.
The other thing you notice, if you look at the
if you're using
the mana counters here, we're not just casting spells as soon as we fill them up. We're actually waiting until we can do the relatively larger spells or the bigger groups of units on both sides here. So that is another new behavior we're seeing. There's a lot of code to get that strategy just right.
Yeah, and I think it's layered strategies at this point. You know, it's not just one strategy. They're really layering multiple strategies to really get that.
Well, that's a lot of munchkins.
Sorry, Valentin.
Oh, munchkin. Yeah, munchkins can be effective in the end of the match. So like because they are fast, and if you can call them really close to the enemy base, so in the end, like yeah, we can die quickly, but it's enough to make at least one hit before die. So like, why not? And regardless, maybe get to the base. Maybe not enough time. But munchkins.
It looks like we're in sudden death here.
Squad.
Oh, here we go. Let's see who wins.
There's
Oh!
not enough time.
See, they
SMO,
summoned
yeah.
Oh,
there.
boom. Oh, yeah, just one
Wow.
vindictive
Step in,
fireball after
Yashin.
death. Like, we're going to leave those brawlers on fire as we go. Let's take a quick
Yeah.
That
look
was
at the
such a close
code
match.
here that we have here from SMLO. So here's this kind of fireball targeting kind of spell. We've got a distance squared implementation
Better
instead of
stuff.
distance for efficiency. Yeah.
Okay,
Line
I think it calls
57.
SMLO's SMLO's been playing for all 3 seasons, I think, ranking pretty high.
Yeah.
I also want to point out the way he's documenting his code is beautiful. Great way to track the strategy and for us to really digest it too.
And he's in the open bracket, so SMO is a professional here. He didn't have as much time as maybe normally, so we've only got 200 lines of code here, but still a very, very strong performance. And I think we've seen a lot more time optimizing strategy. 900 lines over here.
Oh.
Let's dig into that a little more
900 lines.
after we check out the winners of the open bracket. Stefan, congratulations. Only 2 losses the whole match. SMLO number 2. Way to bring it in for the fantastic, fabulous people. And Jackson Martinez in number 3. Congrats from clan ABC 123 ABC school.
Yeah, we may have a video, I think, from video message from Steppen, who can shed some light on their strategy for this season.
And our strategy for winning was we had smart lightning and some fireballs, some detections for if some kind of enemy was, for example, in our base, then we would spawn some munchkins or augurs if they were in our base. But if it's clear, then we just start spawning some good attackers like brawlers.
All right, so congratulations again, Steppen. Let's take a look at the final concluding matchup. You notice we haven't seen anyone with just 0 or 1 loss yet, and we're about to see that in this matchup. And remember, Veneth was one of the top players from the Giants Gate regular season arena. We've got Shining Lice. If you've watched anything, you've seen that name. But can Veneth take him down? You know, I was looking at the leaderboards just last weekend, and I saw that the Shining Lice hadn't been on in 3 weeks. I think the timing might not have been too good. So did he have enough time to do his normal magic, or do we have an upset on our hands? Let's take a look.
I love this match.
What is going on? Stop fighting. Oh.
Yeah. So,
Oh, they took some time to team up here.
What? Okay, just let's look at this.
Yes.
This is not like normal.
at
This
this.
is like some tricky
it's not
stuff.
just teaming up. Yeah.
That is bait right there.
So as you can see, yeah, and way swapping position. Looks careful. So like the forward Hyperion move back. So this way we can protect each other. So you know, like if you're using several units together, we technically have like some of DPS. So and especially for Hyperions, we are really assault unit, but we're weak by health point. However, and if you like quickly focus on one of them and defeat it, like the second will be not already a threat. But if you change them and they're losing health equally, like exactly what Shingla is doing, like then you get killing machine. So it's just like twin brothers.
So teaming them up, step 1, defensive, so spawning in the back. Didn't spawn any units until the other ones got there. Now we got a lot of munchkins. I wanted your commentary on this one, Valentine, because look, we got a big fireball coming in, and that should be the end of these munchkins, right? But no, look. Boom, they're on fire, but they're also immediately healed. How is he doing that?
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, so I did not expect this one. It was a really surprise for me. So exactly when I designed it, it was my point. Like, yeah, so as I mentioned already, like, so fireballs, like against a crowd of weak units. Simple one, skizzer, rock, paper. Like, however, we found a way how we can get around of that. So like, wait, target. I suppose not sure about the code. Maybe we're checking. You can check what's the action of your enemy, and maybe if we like if it's summoning or not casting, for example. So because timing of the health spell it's perfect. So like fireball hitting and exactly healing. Like it's the perfect timing.
Look at this
Especially
too.
Fireball takes some time to
This
fly.
other fireball, because they're being healed,
Yes.
but like you could take them down. This other fireball comes in and they dodge. Look, they split into 2 groups and go around it. What? I mean, did we give them access to the missile
I'm not
APIs
sure
for that?
why. No, I suppose it's some fine bug feature. I don't know. Seriously, I need to look deeply in the
Maybe
code
he
why this
heard
happens.
a
Like,
bug
and
through it.
It's a force-based thing. Look, so we've got
maybe
that vector force avoidance and targeting sort of thing going on.
Wow.
We're predicting what the
That's
enemy is going to
incredible.
do.
maybe
It's magic.
I know that it is very magical. I mean, how that healing is
I
almost
think it's
instantaneous to the fireball.
or something.
Yeah, so here's that healing code that he's got going on. Finding the perfect vector to cast this.
Don't forget to targeting fireball not so simple, because it's not like lightning spells or health spells. You set target point and immediately get the spell. Fireball take like 1 or 2 seconds, I don't remember exactly number, take some time to flying. So if you just targeting it to the units, you miss, because like units can run and dodge. So like you need to target it smart way, and I think it's one of the biggest part of the code. Like like you see, like predict ball, like
Yeah, so predicting where to shoot.
I'm
I
a
mean,
Prince
like
developer
the
and I
fireball,
hardly
the fireball
understand code.
targeting line of code here is like 100 lines long. So, oh, there's 2 versions. Yeah, this is like doing the best to hit and kill all those munchkins. And he's doing amazing, because look, we're a minute and 16 seconds into the match. He's still only taking 500 damage, but look, it looks like it could be the end here for Veneth, as we're kind of the ogres are at the gate, so to speak. So even though we have almost 1,500 lines of targeting to try to deal with all of these fireballs to take down these munchkins, let's see how it ends up.
Don't forget about brawler in this crowd. It's really tricky way, because like this way, I suppose many users losing this crowd of munchkin, because like, for example, imagine like your code just checking for big units. So you see a brawler, you start firing lightning spells, and you miss a crowd of munchkin. So brawler for many players work here like as distraction.
Yeah.
So we start.
Well, I don't know if
like-
we even shot lightning at him. So we did the fireballs. It wasn't enough. We targeted everything. Looks like these 2 champions lived. I don't think they died the whole time. And it looks like Shining Lights just wants to rub it in. Not negative 968. You can beat on the crystal for a little bit
my
after it
goodness.
dies. Let's just see if we get to negative 1,000 there. Well, it was a valiant effort, Veneth, but I can't believe it. It's a 3-peat for Shining Lights. Let's check the leaderboard.
And he went untouched as well.
I mean, who could have
Unbelievable.
imagined the lowly minion is what won it for him? That's just incredible.
Yeah, so look at that leaderboard. Untouched, 0 losses in the 14 to 18
Zero.
age bracket. And only 1 loss from our valiant Valant here, also playing on Team HyperX.
Team HyperX.
And Justin
Nice,
Weil,
nice.
aka Renegade Penguin for the Slayers in number 3 with only 3 losses. Fantastic performance, guys, all around. And I think
I'm wondering if it's like 0 plus with full health each time. Just imagine, like never lost a health point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, if anyone can even scratch him at this point, there's no game balance difference, right? His units aren't more powerful,
No.
but somehow his code is. It's fantastic. I think next season,
Well,
if
I
I
think
get
I
some
think
time,
he-
I'm gonna try to go head to head and see what I can do.
So he's now 3-peated, which is absolutely incredible. So excited. We actually have, I think we have a quick comment from him.
Let's roll the clip.
AI League was a lot more intense and competitive than the last 2 arenas. There were a lot more strategies and things to consider, but that also made it more fun. My strategy is to separate the enemy Colossi and take them out one by swarming them with a lot of units. I occasionally summon brawlers to block attacks from long-range enemies.
Congratulations again, Gabriel Shining Lights. Will your wonders never cease? Let's take a look at our AI League prizes.
as the overall winner, which is once again undefeated and an overall winner, he will receive a $1,000 scholarship to help him pursue his coding education and support him on his path of to hopefully a career in computer science down the road. Seems like this is a natural fit for him. Also want to thank Respawn for partnering with us once again. Top coders in each age group will receive premium Respawn gaming products to help them compete in comfort. I also want to thank HyperX. In addition, this season we have the HyperX Pro Peripheral Pack. It includes the Cloud S Revolver headset, not unlike this one here, which is absolutely a great product. The Alloy FPS RGB keyboard and Pulsefire Surge mouse, all incredible products from HyperX. They are a proud hardware supporter of the CodeCombat AI League and gaming communities of all kinds.
Super Jam.
So in addition to our great prizing partners, we've also got excellent celebrity partner this season, Ned Fulmer of the Try Guys.
Here's Team Ned's League for the Giants Gate Arena. Looks like we have over 200 players on Team Ned for Giants Gate this time.
Awesome, and Jacob Chandler looked like he's leading the pack there. So with season 3 in the books now, we're looking towards season 4. Season 4 will take us to what we're calling the Frosts of War season and the Iron and Ice regular season arena that will lead into the Tundra Tower Cup final. Valentin, what do you have in store for the players this coming season? What can we expect? What can we get excited about?
Well, so Iron and Ice are already in action and you can see it. So we decided to make a small loop. So if who played Arena Season 1, maybe remembers, one of the first Arena fans kind of game, and it was linear, so one dimension, like enemies move from one side to another. So in Season 4 we decided to return this idea with tower defense and make it bigger and more epic. So now you have like not just one line of tower, and there are hordes of enemy. When I'm say hordes, it's literally hordes. You can see it's a lot of enemies. So starting with Munchkin, Ogres, and so on. There are many units, so you can see here. And plus, some advanced coders can use not just towers, but some special gravity anomalies. So you can pull monsters, push monsters, throw monsters. Hey, you are gravity master. As for the next arena, it will be a surprise if you are hardcore player. You always can follow our forum, and we usually launch beta tests ahead of the next arena, so you can get a small peek and help us with development and even take some part of that. We are open for ideas, suggestions, bug reports, always. Thank you all players who helped us with previous arenas and with testing. I am really grateful to them. We found so many issues, so many suggested game paths.
Thanks, Valentin, for that incredible insight. Season 4 is looking incredible. There's a lot going on in that arena right now, so excited to see how that plays out. The CodeCombat AI League continues to evolve. I can't wait to see what 2022 brings for this innovative competition. Everybody can check out the latest leaderboards and start playing at codecombat.com/league anytime. It's open to everyone.
I can't wait to see you guys on the leaderboards. Signing off.
Competitive coding has never been so epic. Join now.